First, rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't have a hearing or anything like that. All right, good. All right, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so first off on deck we have approval of minutes, public and non-public, from November 10th. I'll take a motion.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from Tuesday, October 10th, both public and non-public.
Okay. Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, Hope seconds. All right, any comments, questions, concerns, corrections, etc.? It looks.
I didn't see anyone I looked at.
No, I looked at it earlier. I did not see anything. All right. Cool. Anything, Hope?
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. All those in favor of approving minutes, public and non-public, of October 10th, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstentions? All right. Public comment. Seeing as how there is no public here tonight, we will provide 30 minutes of public comment throughout the meeting. All right. Continuing business. First up on deck, we have student representative. So I'm assuming that means an update about our student rep. Or something like
Well, I think we had hoped that the person would be here. So one person has filed the paperwork to be considered our student rep, but they have not held the vote. And I continue to remind them that they have to hold the vote even though it's one person. I don't know if that's a technicality. There may be a write-in. I don't know, but they do need to hold the vote.
Is that our policy?
No, it's a state law.
Oh, okay.
It's also democracy, so.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
And there could be a write-in.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
that happens.
That's good.
So
Yes.
they need to do what I ask them.
Does it have to be an election by the whole student body, or
Just
can it
student
through
government.
student,
Yes, just-
student council? Or
Yeah.
Oh, so this could be something that
Yeah,
student council
Well,
votes
student
on.
back, it's student body, but
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't, you know, they don't have to have 100%.
Oh, okay, okay.
return, is what I was
All right.
about.
And then, I forget, what, no.
So we should have a student rep at the next meeting.
Oh, do they have anything else to elect at this time? Because that might be fine to,
No, typically what they have done is included it in the student council
It was just an
elections,
oversight.
and they did not do that this year.
yeah. All right, well, the quick,
They're going to have to hold a new one.
quick ballot, we'll
Yeah.
take care of that. All right. All right, so next on our agenda, we have Budget Committee. You see the minutes in your packet there. And it looks like they looked at the elementary school stuff. And Hope, do you want to speak to anything on that?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary here. It's, it's pretty much the line by line
Yep.
thing. And I believe Amanda did, she spoke to the fact that it's gonna need to be more this year instead of level funding it. But yeah, it was pretty, just some nuts and bolts about this and that. Other than that, that's out of the ordinary.
Any questions for Hope? I liked that Corrado's looked into this new floor tile that doesn't require stripping and waxing.
Yeah.
Because to recycle or to take care of the hazardous waste that is floor wax, it is not cheap to get rid of. For work, I dealt with two school districts who had to get rid of like a lot of floor wax, and it cost them like $1,000 to like dispose of that stuff.
So we just had a quote on that. The project will take longer than originally anticipated because it was over $4 million to redo all the tiling.
All right, we'll take a piecemeal approach.
That
then.
was, we will be starting piecemeal, so,
And this is not in this school.
No.
This
for the entire district.
Yeah. Okay.
But does the school have a problem?
Guess we'll go for building.
Yes,
We're not
we do.
bad, huh?
We did not put in
With
this,
building aid.
we strip and wax the floors here as well.
That's
And however many years ago this was built, that was not a thing.
Deb Ford did say that they looked into it, but they did not go with it.
Complicated.
So we'll
So, and
eventually
it is,
switch over.
it's the PFEs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's in the
serious.
wax and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
The stripper, yeah.
Yep. And the stripper. So. All right. Anything else? Any other questions on that? Alrighty. Cool. Thank you. And their next meeting, by the way, when is their next meeting?
It's next Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right. It's This Monday, whatever's passed.
Right.
Next
Okay,
Monday.
all right, so
And
next
that
Monday.
would probably be Indian River?
It'll be Indian River in the high school.
All right, so next Monday, Indian River and the high school?
Yep.
Correct.
All right, next Monday, budget committee meeting. All right, so next up on here is superintendent's report.
So you do have my written report in your packet. I did attend the Indian River School, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, this past weekend, and we will be looking forward to Noises Off from the high school on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th in November. The high school is also hosting an information session on vaping, called Vaping 101. That's November 7th in the auditorium, so we're promoting that better than we promoted it last year. So we really hope that, not just school people, but, not just school people,
Yeah.
but public people will
Yeah.
also come.
Yeah, the public community, yeah.
We are one of the districts working with DH on their grant. Angel and Chris are collaborating with them. We've actually got a couple of things in the works with them. So we'll look to see what, I will keep you, Angel can keep you guys abreast of what's happening there. Food boxes are going out again, so that information will be going out to parents by the end of this week if people would like to sign up. And once again, we still have a couple openings left. I do have a couple of things that were not in my written report, but I want to let you all know that the bus bids have gone out, so they will be due back 11/9. So I'm going to ask, it's a little bit of a tight turnaround for you all. So they're due 11/9. They're going to get emailed out to you 11/10. That is before, so 11/10, we are off of school, so 10, 11, 12, we must have a board meeting on the 14th.
Yep.
So on the board meeting on the 14th, we will have those for your approval. So if you don't mind looking those over the weekend, it sounds like fun homework that I'm assigning you. But if you would please do that, we would appreciate it. And that way you'll be ready and you'll know what they look like and can be prepared for that.
Long weekend homework.
That's right, long weekend homework.
Weekend
You gotta
homework.
nail mine, 'cause
Alright.
Last time we did this, we did ask the bus people to come to answer any questions or anything that you had. Would you like to do that again? Would you like to have it as a form of a presentation? I'm not sure what the board would like. We will set it up however you would like.
I mean, does it make sense because of the tight turnaround to have them do a very short presentation and be available?
Be available
For
for questions. That's the thing, I think,
I mean-
yeah, it would be good to have people available for questions.
But you gotta, well, excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta separate them.
Right?
You gotta separate them. It's almost, you can't have one sitting there and the other one sitting there, to go over that presentation.
Yeah.
The other thing is I can't get my email from, because it's still screwed up with Mascoma stuff. I need
Yeah,
mine,
Kathleen has the same.
I need mine printed out somehow.
Okay.
But I think you need to have that separate.
You take note of that.
So you mean like have one in and then have the other one in?
Yeah, and you need to, I don't know, I don't know if we can't do it in non-public, but
No.
you gotta do it separate. I would say separate, because,
Well, I don't see how we can do it separately,
well,
having
one
to
can
hold
be in
a
the
public
room, the other
meeting.
one can leave. The other one can come in after the other one presents.
Right, but it's a public meeting and they're able to come in and sit in on it if they
I mean,
want.
honestly, they could be
They
out
can
in the
sit
hallway
on
and
the
watch it on
Yeah,
YouTube.
well,
I get what you're saying, I get what you mean.
well,
It's
then I
all
wanna
good.
see, we're gonna see the bids before that, right?
Yeah, we'll see him that Friday. Can we make sure we have a copy printed for, a couple
Yeah,
copies
Sutton's
for board
gonna fix
members?
his email. Kathleen's email doesn't work either.
But yeah,
Why the tight turnaround?
No, this is how Deb wanted to make sure. I mean, I have to get these out. They have to be done. This is later than the bus companies, multiple companies have asked me to know, right? Like they wanted to know in October whether or not they had the bid.
right.
So we're 2 weeks into November is even later than they would like. So I don't want to push this till the end of November. And we just barely put together the bid, to be honest.
So there's two companies,
There's 4 companies
there's four.
that we've
Awesome.
sent it out to.
Oh, that was sent it to. Okay, we'll see which ones return a bid. Cool.
I imagine we also want that tight turnaround in order to incorporate that into the budget.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my other thought.
So we don't get totally wrong.
Because then you actually
Over.
know what you can build for a budget and put that right into the first year's budget.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
They were here before altogether.
so.
Yeah, we have three different companies together, yeah.
Are we gonna be committed that meeting to once they present that and then decide on what one of the four, if we get all four bids?
Yep.
We're gonna have to make a decision that night.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why we're preparing ahead of time by saying we need to be able to prepare, read the bids the night before, come prepared with questions that Tuesday night, and then, have your questions answered or not, and then, we can make a decision at that point, and talk about it there. We don't have to do it right after they do their presentations, we can do it later in the meeting,
Okay.
too, like we can say, all right, thanks for presentations,
Yeah.
we're gonna do the rest of our meeting, and then we'll come back to this,
Yeah.
give everyone a chance to sit and chew on it, or to kind of let the crowd die down, settle down.
Well, hopefully the crowd ain't here.
Is that also something that can be done in the non-meeting portion,
No,
No,
the
No.
discussion?
no, we can't do that.
no, because it's a it's a contract,
Okay.
and,
And then,
yeah.
did we ever do redo the contracts? Or is that, how does the
What?
What do you mean?
contract portion of it?
Yes.
There was talk about,
We have. I added in all of the important things that I heard from the public, from the emails I took, from the public presentation here, from you all, right? Consolidating routes. I kept the number of buses the same. That's what we need, in the contract. 14 buses, four special ed vans, or buses. GPS on the buses, timeliness, pay to drivers. We put in a minimum pay of $25 an hour.
Mhm.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
They have cameras in all the buses.
Yeah, cameras
That's
were
all
a standard
standard.
thing.
Route mapping software.
Yeah.
Routing
That's pretty
software
standard
is
now.
a whole other
Yeah.
piece that we added in.
Yep.
can we see the new contract too when we get the bids?
But it's available online if you wanted to look.
Oh,
at
it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep, so if anybody else was watching and wanted to bid on it, they could also do that.
So the current proposed contract
No,
is
I mean
online.
Or the RF, it's the
The
RFP.
RFP with the contract in it,
And
like,
all of it.
like
Oh,
this
it's
is
all
what you
there.
have, this is what you're getting yourself into.
Okay.
We did also add a piece about protection of the privacy of student information. Routing software.
Advertising?
Buses will be designated as elementary and middle school, because I do feel that's important. There are members of the public that do not.
Mhm.
However, I will not subject kindergartners to some of the things that they've been subjected to before. We altered it to no smoking and vaping on the buses. We
Was that
added,
a?
well, smoking was there, vaping was not.
Good.
Buses would be equipped with GPS. Buses would be labeled Mascoma Valley Regional School District.
Mhm.
What else did I make sure was added
Maybe
in?
we get the letters to stick on better this time.
And,
Oh, man.
we added in newer buses, no buses older than 2022,
Oh, that's
I
good.
believe.
Contractors.
Contractors, the drivers would be started at $25.
Was there any flexibility about vans or anything like that? Or just because the bus is bus as a concept, bus can be a lot of things, right? So if a bus happens to be serve our needs and meets our needs and we're okay with it, then that's good. Okay, all right, cool.
Just don't load up that meat, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think we have much else. We'll have, regular committee reports, but that's about, I
Yeah,
don't think we'll have much else, not like we have a whole
Coming
bunch of
out of the
policy.
woods might deer that night probably, so I mean.
That's right, so.
Yeah. 11:10,
No, the 14th.
14.
14th?
Yeah.
What day is that? That's a
Tuesday night.
Tuesday, 14th or Tuesday, 14th. Hopefully I have one by then.
Yeah, if you
It's
get
the
a
one
deer
right
by then.
after. It's the one right after Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah,
The
I
Veterans
know.
Day
I
on-
know.
But he's got to determine if he can get a deer before.
I'm going
Yeah.
deer hunting on the 8th, so.
Okay, you got 6 days.
Yeah, really.
You'll
yeah.
get one.
I'll be texting you from middle of the woods.
I've seen plenty of deer out there this year. I think
Yeah.
you'll get one. All right.
And one other thing
Yes.
I do have, Hope had asked about the bus portion of Alma, and we did look into that, but it looks like you can tag students at the building level based on their mode of transportation, bus, pickup, etc. And with a tag, you can email specific groups. It streamlines communication. It sends a text or an email, but it doesn't make a phone call. If we have an app for the bus company that tracks this in real time, we can integrate it with Alma, so that GPS piece we could integrate.
So it's really more of a way to separate out another mailing list
Correct.
or text list or email list.
Yeah.
So all walkers go here, all, pick up kids get this message, all kids on this bus get this message, yeah.
But it sounds like there's not a phone option, which there
Just-
is through
Through
school
Messenger.
messenger.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we could integrate the software from the bus company and their GPS piece to Alma. So,
So you included everything like the special activities and
Yeah,
buses.
same,
Oh, that's-
all of that was the same
Same thing.
thing.
So there's nothing really helpful to add that.
I mean, we already have the bus
Right.
piece, but it will help buildings to know if the bus is late or if there's an issue. They'll be able to put their students into that and get the messages right out to just those students rather than the entire school.
So you're thinking you were gonna add that? or-
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, you
I
did?
believe we did.
Oh, or you
Obviously,
have
yeah.
it? Did you have it? I was just-
I hope so. I hope we get this over
I think
with.
so. I think that's what Angel said to me.
I miss these meetings, I don't want to bust things, jeez.
all right, anything else for Amanda? I'm really happy about that mental health thing with DH. I saw it on the news and I emailed Amanda and she's like, Angel and Chris are already all over this.
That's the 4 mil HRSA.
Yeah, that big federal award, so that was really cool to see. Cool, all right, and then buses, did we put anything in there about like option to negotiate for a late bus or something like that?
Yeah, but that is something we could just do.
Okay.
We could just do that.
That's good. All right, anything else for Amanda? Okay, business.
Are we-
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, are we using the term mesh? I started hearing
What?
that mental, emotional,
Mhm.
student health as opposed to SEL, social emotional.
I have not heard that change over, Danielle, but I will look for it now.
I heard it on.
Mesh.
Oh,
I know. It's like it was in a piece that I read or listened to, where it's like first there was STEM and now there's mesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
Oh,
many.
one other thing I
Yeah.
do have is that there is a student group that would like to start an equestrian club. They have completed
Oh,
the required paperwork.
Alright.
Would you like them to come and do a presentation? It would now not happen until the second week, the second meeting, or would you just like it to come to the board? They've completed their paperwork.
just come to the board, just don't bring the horses in here, that's all we care about. That's all.
Probably true.
I don't know, if they wanna come talk to us, great, and we can do the second meeting in November, but if they don't
Yeah.
really feel like they have to talk to us, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Just a summary, like the form obviously tells
Yeah.
what they wanna do and why they wanna do
they're
it.
probably gonna go to Dartmouth and do the horses up there.
We've had other clubs.
Yeah.
We had,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Yeah.
It is
I
nice to
think
have them come talk, but,
Or maybe for the startup approval stuff, we just have them, we just do that with a form so that they can get started and it won't take as long. And then maybe we ask them to come back sometime during the year so that they can talk about what they've been doing.
Right.
yeah, there we
or
go.
something.
Yeah, I'd love to have more student groups come present throughout the year, so, in clubs and stuff
Put
like
another
that.
banner up on the gym.
Yeah, we're gonna get one up there, we're gonna get one. All right, anything else on that, superintendent's report?
Nope, that's all I got.
Okey-doke. Business administrator's report, do we have financials in here?
No,
No, we do not.
no, still got a business administrator though.
Yep, we do, so, all right, we'll
All right.
table that for
All
now.
right, table that.
All right, delegate assembly update, how did it go? Oh,
Yeah, I got there. I didn't have a car the day before, so.
Oh, no.
I called you, I don't have a car.
oh no.
Should've rented it out and charged
yeah, it's hitched.
Taking the van.
No, it was good. They do they had Oyster River
Okay,
was the high school board of the year or whatever.
Mhm.
And that's always kind of an interesting,
yeah,
they had a lot going on and it was pretty good. And the resolutions were pretty much along the line of everything we wanted. I can't think of one that didn't really go our way, except for the one that, it was the sustainability one, which was rather, it was very bizarre. It was like so
Interesting
many people
conversation.
got up to speak very passionately about it, so I'm like, well, I don't have to get up.
Yeah, right.
Okay, you know? And then people voted and it didn't pass.
wow,
Wow.
interesting.
Wow.
So nobody spoke, in the negative, but
Oh,
Enough
wow.
people were sitting
there
there
were
going,
obviously enough people in the negative to do
Interesting.
it, so.
So there are passionate people in the affirmative.
Yes.
And dispassionate people in the negative,
More
but those.
dispassionate, yeah, and it was very close, it was like
Yeah.
20 to 27.
Interesting.
Okay, well, I mean, that means I'm sure they'll bring it back next year, so
Right.
it's pretty close.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, it's a fun, you know, it's good, and I don't think there was anything other than
Nothing
that.
shocking.
You probably
Nothing shocking.
talked about it more than you guys ever talked about it, that was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, not really.
Should have charged the car out though.
NHSBA still has, they're still sticking with not being in the national,
Yeah.
and they needed, that was the other thing they needed to kind of update.
Oh, yeah.
They have created some other one, and one of the reasons I'm bringing that up is because when I was there, I was thinking about the buses
Hmm.
and the problem with getting the, getting bus drivers to get their CDL license, and that really, I guess the issue is really at the federal level.
Hmm.
So it might be something, a resolution that we could look into. But, I mean, I don't want them to lose their ability to
Right.
go,
Hmm.
lobby for the federal level.
Yeah, no, that's good, all right,
Anyways, nope, it's all good.
okay.
I have an extra.
Any questions for Hope? Okay.
Thanks for representing
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Yeah, well, glad I
We'll
got there.
stick you with it at it next year, not going until.
All right, we have 3 policies up here for first reading. First one is policy GBCD, background investigation and criminal history records check. This is a standard school board association update and response to various RSAs that changed around it. So you can take a look here, but it is pretty boilerplate.
Do you want a motion that batches all 3?
Yeah, if people want to do that, we can break them down and just talk them.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. So I make a motion that we approve for first reading, policy GBCD, background investigation and criminal history records check, policy BEDG, meeting minutes, policy ACN, nursing mothers accommodations.
All right, do we have a second?
A second?
All right, hope seconds. Okay. All right, first one up is a background investigation and criminal history records check. Like I said, this is pretty standard from the school board association. There is, like one section that's crossed off. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That looks like it
either,
was an
so-
error on their part
Yeah.
that it left
It
in
looks
there.
like the formatting,
Yeah,
that
formatting error.
needs to come out.
Yep. I do like how they linked it directly to RSAs now. If you're looking at it online, that's really handy. And like it takes you directly to the RSA. What are you looking at?
No,
Oh,
go ahead,
right,
keep
okay.
going.
Okay.
Keep going, we're flying.
Any questions on that one? Background.
This one is in response to the New Hampshire putting the onus on districts again to do a lot of the background checks. Isn't that the big change here?
So it started with, yes, you always fingerprinted employees, volunteers, et cetera. And first it was you just look for felonies. And then it in turn went to you get felonies and misdemeanors.
Mm.
And now it's gone to receive a certification in the state of New Hampshire. The state will fingerprint you and they look for the top 5, right? Child abuse, those
Yep.
really large ones.
Yep.
And they will not issue a certification to someone if they have one of those on their record. So that's sort of helpful to us. But this is really in turn for both of, let's see, let me get them right. SB 39, which added in transportation monitors into this piece. So we do fingerprint all our bus drivers. We go above and beyond. We make sure all the drivers and the monitors are done. And SB 136 for anyone that had revoked credentials. So it's put a little bit, I mean, these are pretty hefty and I take these pretty seriously. So I feel better knowing that I either allow someone to work or don't allow them to work depending on what I see.
Covered person on page 1, number 5 there. It looks like it's been much more thoroughly updated. Every employee stipended position, and gives a bunch of examples, candidate, a designated volunteer, or any other service where the contractor or employees of the contractor provide services directly to students of the district, or any applicant or person seeking to serve in any of those positions. So note, only those volunteers who meet the definition of designated volunteer below are considered covered employees. So that is an interesting designation.
Next time Tim goes on a field trip,
That's right, have to make sure you do that.
make sure you, done.
But it also says in there, any other volunteer so designated by the school board or superintendent. So,
Alright.
Any questions on that one? Okay.
Keep going.
Next one is meeting minutes. I can't remember what changed on this. Oh, does it have to do with record retention?
Yes,
Sealing
so,
and unsealing.
Yeah, sealing and unsealing minutes.
sealing and unsealing minutes, so
Yep.
that is the major change in this one.
Oh, that's right. So they no longer let you seal minutes for like 1,000 years.
Yes, we did.
Not when you were here.
No, we did 50 years.
Yeah, we've done 50 years and stuff like that. So basically what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to go back through our non-public minutes that have been sealed prior to October 3rd of this year, using information from the exterior of the envelope, and then we're gonna have to record the minutes, You're not gonna review the sealed minutes, but you have to say, all right, on this date, they had sealed minutes. And then we will establish a schedule for reviewing all our previously sealed minutes. We have 10 years to do it, that's great, cool.
Yes.
10
Yeah.
years.
Okay, I would like to do it in 9 years.
Let's set the date.
March.
May 31st, 2033, all right.
What's
That's
the
like a
what's the
progressive
ceiling?
dream.
So, yeah, it's basically forcing you to like reopen and relook at your minutes after 10 years and seeing if you have to keep them sealed or not. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and now you have to have a public motion to seal minutes as well. So, all right.
Public motion, public ain't here.
Yeah, I know, well. Okay, questions on that one?
Yeah, we can't,
What?
there's minutes, whatever. Don't, just
Okay.
go on.
All right.
We'll see, when it comes up, I will be able to.
Okay. Next one, nursing mothers accommodations. Do we have this already?
We did not, this is a brand new policy.
Brand new policy. All right, very important for nursing mothers to be able to nurse so they can give their kids milk. So this is pretty standard. It meets with all federal employment regulations, I would presume, seeing as how it comes from the School Board Association.
I mean,
We just mentioned,
the
two of us.
The biggest question I guess I have related to this is that, I don't know why it says, well, first of all, nursing mothers versus breastfeeding, nursing versus breastfeeding. I mean, they are sometimes used interchangeably, but if we want to use the same kind of terminology that NIH and others use, then it would be breastfeeding. And if we wanted to make it gender inclusive, there's even other things that we would do. I don't necessarily know if we need to go to that extent at this time. We've just revisit it as it becomes available, but there's terminology that is.
I think you're correct, the nursing mothers feels outdated.
That's what
Yeah.
It feels very 50s.
That's what
Yeah.
I pointed out.
I will
Yeah.
also
You talk about it, I'm not.
All right. I also point out that this says right in the first sentence, this is for not only, because I always think this is employees, but this is also for students.
Yes.
So if we did have a student who was a breastfeeding mother who had a pump or whatever, then that takes care of that student as well.
Yeah.
So.
It does say students and employees.
Right. I'm just saying, it is students too. I have to remind myself, like, oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
students.
Well, the baby would
Well, they're
get
mothers.
credit for being here, so I mean.
Yeah.
So what did you want to change it to?
we
Breastfeeding
can't-
instead of nursing.
we can't-
Yeah, I would say breastfeeding. I mean, I can look up and see like what do we have in our policy at work,
Yeah.
to see how it's phrased.
Because you're gonna have to change that umpteen million places here. right? So-
Yeah.
Well, you do
exactly.
copy, you do paste and
Right,
replace,
right.
find and paste.
So I mean, I'm happy for us to kind of
Yeah.
move forward for first reading, and then I
Yeah,
can
let me know.
send over some changes.
If you would charge of that.
I don't even know why you have to do this for breastfeeding.
Yeah, I think it's just breastfeeding.
Yeah. We just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the whole, again, you can look in the style guide, like the NIH style guide, and you'll see that there's some places that have gone to a more gender inclusive policy have used chest feeding instead of breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Pregnant people
just,
Yep.
if
or
you just
persons
did
versus
breastfeeding and got rid
pregnant
of it.
mothers. So
Yeah,
That's why I love these things.
you let them do it, yeah.
but I'll check and see,
Okay.
like, as the largest employer in the state of New Hampshire, what do we have?
Yeah.
What do we have listed?
Because You're also-
Hey,
Yeah, then you can
Right,
tell the
so-
school board.
you're in charge of communications, go get it.
I'll check on that.
No, this is good to have. It is important. It is something that we will get. If you have it and we don't have this policy, it
Although,
will be
you know-
not fun. What were you saying, Hope?
I just think sometimes that language, it could get a little awkward.
Yes, it definitely, it feels awkward, but anything that's new, I think.
It says breast milk in here, so if you can't handle it, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, like, if you use the term breastfeeding that says no breastfeeder will be discriminated against, so.
Sure.
Right, I mean, I think usually it
Breastfeeding.
would be like breastfeeding, you
Will
could
not
say
be.
that breastfeeding person.
All right.
Yes, I
Okay.
have terms.
Yep,
Yeah.
all good.
All right, cool. Any other questions on any of the other policies that we have here for first reading? Just anything else pop up in your head?
Well, related to this, I mean, it does have a section that's suitable private areas for nursing. Do we have a designated lactation space?
I would say it was 100% the lactation space, it's
Yeah.
as needed,
Okay,
we provide that.
okay,
You know,
And
it
it's-
might be somebody's office and we
Yeah.
move them out so that the person.
Yeah.
Okay, it would be
And it seems
probably
like
the
this-
nurse's office, most likely.
as
Well, not
long,
necessarily. I mean, it
Well,
just
I mean,
depends.
that's
as long as
very
it's not in
secure.
a bathroom,
It's
that's
very-
the only.
Yeah,
And not in a supply
the
closet.
nurse's office
No.
is.
It's nice to not be in
Or
a
have to
supply
go back
closet.
out to your car, which is,
Yeah.
I,
But you-
Nothing, there's that old days,
yep,
yeah, my wife
Old
is a
days.
supply
in
closet.
the good old days.
Yeah, so I mean, no, this is good, this is important, this is, we didn't have it, and it sounds like a lot of this, we were a small enough district.
Yeah.
We deal with this, you know, on a case-by-case basis, and like, you work it out, and you make it work for the person in that building, and
Yeah.
that's why I like us, so,
yes.
we're good like that. All right, anything else? Okey doke. All right, let me call the question. All those in favor of approving for first reading policy GBCD, BEDG, and ACN, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, abstentions. All right, agenda items for next meeting. We'll have a few committee reports. This is quarterly reports. Do they need to come out?
I will maybe
Keep
push
them.
those, I'll push those to the next.
Yeah,
Might be
that's
sensible.
probably better for them too.
Would that next one be, oh no, it would be after it would be the week after Thanksgiving, right? Because it's a wonky.
I think so.
Wonky
Yes,
month.
yes, it is the
Yeah.
week after next week,
All
yeah.
right.
Yep. All right, so then we'll have our bus bids. So, all right, public comment, seeing as how there's no public here. All right, we'll go with that. Personnel resignations and nominations. So we have a green sheet, and do you want to just do this one first and hold off on the
Yes.
stipends until after
That's
non-public?
correct.
All right, so we're just doing this one, green one for nominations notifications.
Yep.
Take a look at that.
I'm not sure if I was living in a hole last year. It says renewal for the varsity wrestling coach at the high school but it's a new name to me, and so,
Yeah, no, he is brand new, he should not be here, but you have already approved him.
Yes.
oh.
You guys have already approved him,
Yeah.
so he
That might
had
be.
been come up as on a different sheet
Gotcha.
at a different
Okay.
time.
Yeah, we
But
did
you're
that back in
correct.
the spring
Oh,
or something
okay.
like that.
You did, we
Yeah.
hired him back. in
All
the
right,
spring.
okay.
Okay.
What hole were you in?
I don't know.
Brain fog.
All right,
All right, well, this sets us up with our, basketball coaches, indoor track and field coaches, wrestling coaches, all that good stuff, so. Cool.
And it looks like, we don't yet have a boys basketball coach at IRS, right?
Correct.
Okay.
nominate you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could be good for that.
I have coached many teams in my day.
Put you right into it.
Starting when I was a senior in high school, actually.
Really? Coach
Cameron
already.
doesn't have time for it, so.
That's right. All right,
Put Cameron in, but she's too busy.
here.
already here, that's right. All right, any other comments on that one?
No.
All right, entertain a motion. You already moved, right?
No,
No, nobody moved on
I'll
this.
make a motion.
Okay, Brewster makes a motion to approve these. Do we have a second?
Second.
And Danielle seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, abstentions. All right. That's all set. And I presume we have non-public?
And I'm here, well, if we would start to look at these, you would want to go into non-public
Yes.
for
Make a
the
motion
purpose
for
of
non-
reputation.
Yes.
reputation.
Non-public.
Purpose of reputation, yep. Okay, so is that a motion, Brewster?
I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Danielle seconds. All right, Brewster?
Yes.
Danielle?
Yes.
Tim, yes. Hope?
Yes.
All right, we are in non-public. We will not come back after, I don't think, so.